The last 5 minutes of the day are the most important 5 minutes of your day. And here is why. Hi, this is Johannes running Scripted, and today I'm going to show you one of my best strategies that will change your life in ways that you cannot imagine, and you only need 5 minutes a day to do it. All right, so basically think about this. Normally, when you are going to bed, okay, what are you normally doing? Like a big majority of you 100% will scroll. I know this for sure, right? That's number one. And then the second thing, what do you think about before you go to sleep? Most of the time, right? We think about our problems, what we did wrong, like all this kind of stuff basically is just replaying in our head, all the problems that we have, all the stuff we need to solve. So what do you think is going to happen in your brain when you sleep? Basically, like in the last 5 minutes before you go to sleep, that's what happens is you program your subconsciousness, right? So that's basically, this is scientifically proven. Before you go to sleep, you go from beta state to alpha state. In alpha state, you're very sensitive about everything what's happening there. So if you are in anxiety or you think about your problems before you fall asleep, what do you think you will program into your brain? More problems, exactly. And majority of human beings is exactly what they do. That's why you think the same thoughts the same day. You think all the time the same thoughts again. 85-90% of the thoughts that you have on the next day are the same thoughts that you had the day before. Crazy, right? But like you can change that and you can use it to your advantage, right? How are you going to do that? So what you're going to do is the following. I call it like a goal card. So you take a card where you write up all your wishes, everything that you want to achieve and how the person that you want to become, right? For example, I have on my card, I'm an amazing mindset coach and speaker, and I help my clients to debug their mind and live life without limits, right? For example, that's just a start, but then it's just an idea for you what you can do, all right? So I serve my community and travel the world and stuff like this. So everything that you want to be and everything that you want to become, this is what you put on this card, all right? And then every night before you fall asleep, okay, you basically read out this card loud, like in the last 5 minutes. I would highly recommend you, this is another thing what I would highly recommend you, it will make a massive change to your sleep, especially if you're an entrepreneur. The last 30 minutes of the day, minimum, all right? Switch off your phone, put it in airplane mode. Put it in airplane mode and take something to read. Like I like to use my Kindle, right? And I just read at least the last 30 minutes of the day, okay? Because it just winds you down, all right? And you sleep so much better. That's number one. And then when I'm realizing I'm getting sleepy, I'm taking my card that is next to my bed, okay? And I'm reading my card, all right? And when I'm reading my card, I put it aside, I switch off the light, and then basically I just really imagine and visualize my perfect life, the perfect version of me that I want to become. And that's what I do obviously at this time is I program my brain to become this, okay? And that's not woo-woo or anything like this, right? There's a lot of science in that. Because what you do at this time is you program your RAS. I don't know if you've ever heard about the RAS. The RAS is our reticular activate system. Okay, and when you put something in your RAS, that means you will basically see the opportunities that bring you there much better than you otherwise would. For example, think about it. If you have like a car that you want to buy, and it's like your dream that you want to buy this car. Let's say you want to buy, I don't know, like a Porsche, for example, right? GTR or GTS or whatever, like whatever you want to buy, right? And let's now say you're going to see this Porsche, let's say Porsche 911, okay? And this Porsche 911 Targa, for example, one of my favorite cars. So the Porsche 911 Targa, okay, you want to buy that car. Trust me, maybe before you never saw this car anywhere, but when you want to buy this car, you will see it everywhere. Because you program your RAS to put the stuff into your life that you want. Okay, and it's the same now with this card. When you're reading this card, you will see opportunities that you maybe would normally not see because your RAS is programmed to give you that what you want because you program it in the night, right? So that's super freaking powerful. Like I always say, if I could teach only two things, it would be the golden 5 minutes and the 5 tasks. If you want to learn more about the 5 tasks, there's a video in my YouTube as well that's super powerful. Maybe I can tell you next time a little bit more about it, but it would be too much for that video. But let's keep the golden 5 minutes, right? So this is what you do. You write the goal card, you put it, your perfect vision of yourself, your perfect version of yourself, how you want to be, what you want to become, all of this kind of things. You put it there and you read it out, right? That's what you do. And then the next day, when you wake up, that's another cool thing that you can do. Before leave your phone is in flight mode, right? So you should also have your phone in flight mode at least the first 30 minutes of your day, right? That's the next thing. At least 30 and 30, keep that in mind. It will change your life. You will have less anxiety, you will sleep better, you will be happier, everything will change for you. Okay, and in the first 5 minutes, when you're basically waking up, then you're also still in alpha state. I want you to basically train yourself to ask yourself a question. For example, what would the 50K version of me do today? How would the 50K version of me live that day? Right? That's the question that you need to ask yourself. Just put one question. All right, it can be that question. You can use the question if you want to, or you can use your own question. But ask yourself one question that basically drives you into the direction that you want to go. Then normally I meditate, for example, then I go to the gym. It's like, this is my perfect morning ritual. And the perfect thing what I do is I normally leave my phone in flight mode until I finish the gym. That means, like in the gym, I normally have an audiobook that is already downloaded. I switch it on, I listen to it in the gym. And then when I'm finishing the gym, then I switch on back my phone and I have all the notifications and all the bullshit coming in, right? Or I sometimes also go straight into a deep work mode, then I leave it in flight mode until fucking lunchtime. And it's not the end of the world. Nothing's going to burn, nobody's going to die, right? You need to in general learn. I think that's such an important part for especially agency owners. You need to learn to work more proactive. You are a CEO, you want to be a CEO, right? But most of you are technicians, right? What do I mean with that? Most of you are reactive. You basically you fall asleep scrolling on your phone, okay? Then you wake up, switch on your phone, immediately get immediately notifications, check emails, check this, check that. You're working very reactive, and that's why you never get shit done. You're busy being busy, all right? But what you need to do, especially when you become a CEO, you need to work proactive. What do I mean with that? Block out days where you just really do proactive stuff. For example, I do my Monday morning, for example, okay? I have nothing in there because it's basically the time where it's my CEO work. I don't allow meetings, absolutely nothing. I tell my clients that they can forget about it. I don't even tell them, that's just block. It's very simple, right? And I don't allow anybody in because this is where I plan my week, all right? And then Friday, for example, Friday I do content. I have Monday and Friday most of the time completely blocked out. Because one thing that you also need to learn is if you want to become a CEO, right, you need to structure your day and your week, and in general, you need to structure it proactively, that you can do proactive work. Because most of you, I know you don't do that. You are just reactive. You're putting out fires, you're doing this, you're doing that, but you're not really doing stuff that are moving the needle, okay? And that's basically what you need to do. But going back to the 5 minutes, if you're doing the 5 minutes for 30 days, right, only for 30 days, your life will change in ways that you cannot imagine. You will feel much more happy. You will just feel that you're getting more and more driven to your goal, okay? And you will sleep better, like I already said, and you will realize that your life is going to change in a very positive way. Everybody, okay, that I taught this, and they really did it for 30 days, 60 days, or even longer, they taught me massive changes in their life, right? The question is, are you a person that will do this? Because the funny thing is this, most of you will say, oh wow, that's amazing, Johannes, right? And maybe you will do it for 2 or 3 days, possible, right? Others will maybe not do it at all. But if you're one of them that implements this, right? If so, please let me know, because I'm always curious, right, who really gets this message and really does it, okay? And the funny thing is, like I said, it's not woo-woo, it's actually science. It's all about the RAS. You're programming your RAS, all right? So if this is not enough science for you, I don't know what to do. So what I want you to do right now is getting a goal card, okay? Write down exactly who you want to become, what you want to do in your life, okay? And then every night before you go to sleep, you read it out loud. or you don't even, if you want to read it out loud, but you read it out, okay? And then basically, boom, when you switch off the light, you visualize your perfect outcome and you see your life change in ways that you cannot imagine. Just do it for 30 days and let me know how it goes. All right, that's it for today. I'll see you in my next video.